Hey everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course I'm your host, the one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated backyard superstar Tim Vicious. Now before I go and start on with this week's show, real quick, want to say, after you get done watching this one, because you know, you guys are on here, so don't want to make you leave. After you get done watching this one, go on over, go check out Oliver Benz and Mass Mark's TNA Turnaround. I was on there this week. Hands down, this was my favorite time being on there because we just gelled together and rolled off of each other perfectly. Ollie, Mark, absolutely love being on there. Like I said before, y'all ever want me to be on, you always ask. I'll let you know if I can or not. You know, majority of the time, I more than likely will be able to. Anyways, on with the show. Well, before I start with the show, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But now, on with the show. Talking about what last night's Raw. It was in Oklahoma City. First, they start off with CM Punk coming down. Good to see. No, actually, it was actually nice to see Punk coming down to the ring and hearing, Cult of Personality instead of hearing King of Kings or Randy Orton's music right off bat. Not making a knock on Motorhead or whatever the hell band does Randy's music. Just, little variety may not hurt. In which case, let us all now have a moment of silence for the Monday Night Raw opening theme music. Now with the show. Anyways, Punk comes out. He starts talking about on how the Shield attacked him, on how he believes somebody with authority wound up sicking the Shield on them, and was saying that he badmouthed Hunter and Steph and said, you know what, they're basically nothing more but bags. Wait, bags. What the fuck? Why am I getting censored? I can say fuck, but I can't say bags? Does anyone else see the logic in this? Because they allow ass to get said on there. I mean, it's just like with Raw. They allow ass to get said on Raw, but they don't allow bags. Anyways, after he winds up saying bags, Stephanie comes on out, definitely, which case, all I'm going to say right now, no, I'll save that joke for another day. Got that lined up for another time. Steph comes out saying, really, Punk, are we we're going down to name calling, what are we, in kindergarten? To which all I can say is, the show is rated PG now, and, so, I'm pretty sure somewhere out there, Stevie Richards, The Godfather, Val Venus, and all are just looking and saying, hey, you remember that group Right to Censor we had? We won. But, anyways, Steph comes out saying they didn't call the Shield out on them, and if you have any problems, please take it up with our chief operating officer, Kane. And then out comes Kane. Nice seeing Kane. The way Kane wound up doing this promo, I was really impressed with, because instead of having him be like that, like on how he normally does with doing the devil's favorite demon or the big red monster kind, just keeping it short and sweet, Kane wound up presenting himself in a whole new different manner. He was, nice, calm, relaxed tone. Speaking with, he had a nice, calm, relaxed tone like this, and he was speaking with a very well-educated kind of vocabulary, and, if you ever watched Weakest Link, you know for a fact Kane's definitely a very intelligent man. I mean, hands down, if he didn't have the Kane gimmick, he could have pulled off Damian Sandow's with being an intellectual with no problem whatsoever. And he wouldn't have had to do anything for it. Yep, it's this is a very nice way of seeing King going at it now. And, yeah, he was saying that the Shield didn't do anything to them. However, in spirit of fairness, since they all attacked him, he should have the right to attack them as well. So, at TLC, he is now assigning CM Punk in a 3-on-1 handicap match against the Shield. And he basically said it in that kind of a tone and that way. Like I said, I absolutely fucking loved it. In which case, I'm still confused because I can go and say shit, piss, fuck, ass, but I still can't say bags without getting censored. Does anyone explain that to me? Anyways, after that promo, wound up getting the first match of the night. You know, Dolph Ziggler versus Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow. These two have been having some good matches lately. This one was for the #1 contender for Intercontinental. All I can really think is, why are you punishing Ziggler like this, first and foremost? I'm not making a knock on the match or anything. I'm talking about Ziggler himself. Why are you punishing him? You know? I mean, is it because last week he came out wearing a Zack Ryder shirt? I mean, for crying out loud, it's Zack Ryder. You know, next thing you know, you're gonna wind up punishing somebody because they let the Brooklyn Brawler go and take a shot at them. It's Dolph Ziggler is hands down one of the best talent, probably one of the best workers that you got in there, and he's getting treated like shit. And it's sad, and it's sad because you got guys that can show they are main event material like that, and what is it that you're having them do? You're having them go and do this. You're having them go and do matches like this. Now, the match itself was good. Big E was sitting ringside commentating, and yeah, it was actually, Big E was pretty funny on there, you know? He was talking about on how him and Ziggler would compete with each other playing Skip It. In which case my personal record for Skip It is 127. If somebody can beat that, please send me a picture on Twitter, show, and then I will gladly accept your challenge and attempt to break that record. But, on with the show. The match between Ziggler and Sandow was good. The way they got Sandow going, having him more aggressive, like he's mad that he didn't win the World Heavyweight title and he deserves it. You know, it's good. Why they're moving him from that into the Intercontinental scene, I don't know. It's like they're trying to bury the fact that he was at one point trying to chase after the gold. You know, anyways, Sandow won with the "You're Welcome," and it's U''RE, again for you grammar Nazis, welcome. And after that, he's just kind of leaning over outside of the ring, looking at Big E like, I'm going to get that, you know. It was good. It's just I wish they had more time until the pay-per-view to build up heat for the matches and hype for the matches. Anyways, next matchup, it was the ST Divas, the Bellas and Natty, I'm gonna pee myself, versus Summer Rae, AJ, and Big Mama Cool Tamina. Big Mama Cool wound up, she was basically working most of the match. Summer wound up working some of it as well. You know, it wasn't until the end AJ wound up getting tagged in. You know, she wound up spending most of her time skipping, which I got absolutely no problem with. You know, it's AJ, hands down, I'm saying best looking woman on the roster. Best looking women's wrestler on the roster. Y'all can disagree with me all you want on it. That's my opinion. Fuck you. Deal with it. Move on. Yep. It was... The match itself, it just felt like it pushed women's wrestling back it felt like it pushed women's wrestling back 5 years. And I know some of you are probably going to say otherwise, but here's on why I think it. Summer Rae doing a piss poor sunset roll up, sunset flip pin. Natty, Natalya winding up, Natalya not hooking the legs right and actually having AJ's one leg go behind her and going on her back when she was trying to clip a sharpshooter. And then again, Natalya doing a piss poor job going for a roll up, going not even for a roll up, but tried to go for a small package and then covered it up by just putting her legs straight down. Which case, no. That was just fucking horrible. You know, and you know that it's bad, and you know the matches are bad when the wrestlers themselves have to start up the chants. Which case, the girls wound up having to. And, you know, let's face facts. We all know kayfabe's dead, but having that reality show is really helping push that fact and just having them take a big giant shit all over its grave. You know? And it's sad because you got guys like me that like seeing kayfabe and like seeing it be like that. And yet, really? Anyways, next up, it was the Battle of the Beards, Daniel Bryan versus Eric Rowan from the Wyatts. They wound up finding out that Wyatts wound up leaving Bryan in a parking lot across the street, which case I even put that out on Twitter. Really? You guys just left them in a parking lot like a prom night baby? And if that offends you, nice to know I'm doing my job. And if not, nice to know that I still have friends. But it's kind of confusing on that part because, I mean, if you think about it, if this was like 10 or 15 years, if this was like 10 years ago, or even during the Attitude Era, Bryan would have been gone for like a week or two, and because, you know, with nobody knowing where he is, and, you know, there would be some hype and build-up, but it makes no sense. You know, especially considering when Bryan came out, he was doing his, yes, yes, yes chants, and all I could think is, he's in good spirits for somebody that was just recently kidnapped. So, you know, anyways, the match, it's on with the match. Bryan did phenomenal with it. I absolutely loved it. Seeing Rowan moving like that. Rowan, he's got that nice, mean, big guy moves that he can do. I absolutely loved it. And I know I'm stuttering and smettering over myself. I can't help it. I get overexcited on certain things, and then I do that. But Rowan, he was basically tossing him around like a fucking rag doll. It was absolutely nice seeing because, you know, you got Harper who can move pretty good, who moves a lot like Kane did back in the day for a big man. And then you got Rowan who moves around like your atypical big guy, just, you know, tossing people around like they're a fucking bag of potatoes. In which case, yes, go ahead, let's get the stereotype out. Irish potatoes. Yay, you guys got your moment to shine now. Okay, back to me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the show, for this show. Now, Bryan wound up getting the win. He got a quick roll-up on him. I was actually happy on that because as far as if he'd have done a submission, you know that, because if you think about it, if he'd have gone to try and do the submission with a label lock, Harper would have come in and then boom, hit him, and then it would have wound up leading to an assault. And if he'd have tried to do a running knee, if he'd have done a running knee and just laid there for a quick 1, 2, 3, same thing. Whereas right out of nowhere, boom, quick roll up, can't expect that. You know, so that played well. Anyways, next thing you know, Bryan got the win, ran out of the ring real quick like a bat out of hell, was partway up the ramp when next thing you know, lights came off, And then up on the screen, up on the Titantron comes Bray Wyatt, and talking about on how, you know, it was, Bray was just sending like these cryptic, creepy messages to Bryan. You know, it's nice. It's nice. Wyatt's hands down best character-driven wrestlers in WWE today. Yeah. Anyways, next thing you know, wind up finding out. Oh, it was later on that you see Bryan walking into the back, bumps into Kane, and see Kane just looking at him like, "Hey, sorry about everything that's happened, but given the spirit of fairness, since CM Punk has a handicap match, it's only fair you should as well. So at TLC, you will have a 3-on-1 handicap match against the Wyatts." Yes. Doing it like that. I'm horrible at doing the Kane impersonation. You guys got to give me a little bit of time. I'm pretty good with doing the other ones like McMahon, Orton when he's doing those screaming spitting promos, and of course my ever infamous Death Road one. Anyways, next matchup, it was Truth and Woods versus Tons of Funk, which I find kind of funny because SmackDown, they wound up having Brodus say that rookies like Woods is taking time from main event players like him. To which all I can think is, what main event was he in? I mean, is he talking about being on the main event show? Because that makes a lot more sense. But anyways, match was good. Match was pretty solid. Match was pretty solid with it. You know, you seen that Brodus, he had that chip on his shoulder, kind of pissed off attitude. You know, and it was nice seeing that because Tensai doesn't have that, and you just look in between them and they're like, okay, yeah, you know they're gonna get pissed off and fight and break up soon. Which I'm really hoping for because Brodus is good for a heel, you know. Especially when he was like, you know, case in point when he was Del Rio's heavy hitter, you know. And yeah, Truth and Woods got the win. Truth and Woods got the win. Woods got a roll up on Clay, and Clay wound up looking over at Tensai like, "What the hell? What the hell?" You know, which brought back a shit ton of memories because that's on how I wound up breaking out of my tag team when I was in a tag team. I'll save that story for another day. You know, if y'all want to hear it next week, somebody go and hit me up on Twitter or put a comment down below and say that you want it. Other than that, I'll save that for another time. You know, next match of the night, Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. But wait, there's something different. Sin Cara has a shoulder tattoo. And he didn't botch. Oh yeah, that's right. He did not botch. Which case, wait, he didn't botch? And he had a tattoo. Oddly enough, he had the same kind of tattoo that Hunico has. Did anyone else know? That's gotta be what it is. Yeah, I'm done being stupid now. Everyone knew that it was Hunico in the mask. Because honestly, the match was pretty good. It was actually surprising because, if anything, Sin Cara won. Honestly, right after it was done, I had to open up the window over here and look outside to see if there were 4 guys on horses flying past. Because of the fact that they had Sin Cara win. You know? If they just keep Hunico in the Sin Cara mask and have him work as him, I'll be impressed. I'll be good. I'll be happy, you know? Actually get some nice lucha style wrestling going. Just need to lose the mood light. Anyways, next matchup, 6-man tag, Cody, Goldust, and Big Show versus The Shield. Why they have Big Show, it makes no sense because the Big Show really doesn't have any issues with The Shield. You know, show. It's like they're trying to keep show active and in people's thoughts. Which case, again, I gotta quote Vince McMahon: "Big Show hasn't been a big deal since 1999." You know, it's the God's honest truth. You know, I mean, for fuck's sake, what the hell? You know, I mean, I big best spot of the night in that match was when Goldust did a Hurricanrana. I cannot, for the life of me, ever remember when Goldust ever did that. If anyone else can, please tell me. As far as I know, that's the first time I've ever seen it. You know, any. Excuse me. Getting that time of year again. Anyways, on how the match wound up going.